Playing Pokemon has been one of the most consistently pleasant gaming experiences of my lifetime. The same way people get excited every year when they announce like a new Madden or Call of Duty or Assassin's Creed goes to Australia. Good eye, mate. Put another shrimp in your stomach. What am I talking about? Regardless, I like Pokemon. I will buy the game. But lately, these games have become increasingly formulaic and painfully stale. The Pokemon Company and Game Freak seem to be afraid to make any actual true substantial changes to the tried and true formula, and therefore they opt for flashy, substanceless bullshit like Mega Evolutions or Dynamax Pokemon.
That's dumb.
Sun and Moon had a ridiculous amount of hand-holding and cutscenes, and was just so incredibly linear, to the point where even me, I was like, fuck guys, switch it up a bit. Same shit with X and Y, Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield had that dumb as fuck wild area. Ooh, you can see 4 Pokemon on the screen in this big empty pasture. What a revolution.
This is so terrible.
Plus, the fact that the EXP share is just forced upon you now from the start. Look, I understand it being more convenient, but at the core, this is a game about developing relationships with your Pokemon and going through a lot of battles and raising them up from a Charmander to a giant fire-breathing fucking dragon. It's supposed to hurt my feelings when I kick Pidgeot out of the party to make room for Articuno because, you know, we've been through a lot, but Ice Beam is gonna fuck Lance up. I'm so sorry. You gotta go. They're afraid to make any substantial change to the actual battle system, the last of which happened in Sun and Moon with Toto Pokemon, which, great idea, I love that, but they abandoned it immediately. One-off idea, fuck you, goodbye. Every other idea either slows you down or just prevents you from enjoying Pokemon to its fullest. I don't get what the fuck you're doing. Why are you guys having such a hard time recapturing this magic? Who do they need to look to for inspiration to see like, hey, you can do turn-based combat and it doesn't have to be the most simple shit in the world. It can actually be interesting. Also, why is Pokemon Legends Arceus actually giving me a little bit of hope? Dear viewer, I'm so glad you asked all those questions. It's actually very fortunate. I made a whole video explaining that that's the coincidences. Guys, let's go! In the beginning, Pokemon was just Pokemon, the most simple, pleasant RPG/card game that took over the fucking world. The reason I think this struck home with so many kids was because the idea of leading home on a journey with your pets alone, where you didn't have to worry about sleeping, eating, or bathing ever again, is every kid's wet dream. Pokemon provided people my age with so many of our first experiences, like our first pet, the first time we cried watching a movie, the first time we tried to enter a Pokemon tournament at 7 years old with 14 cards that still haunts us to this day. It's the gift that keeps on giving, it truly is. After the success of the Game Boy games, it's only natural that they would try to expand onto the mainline consoles, but the first batch of Pokemon games on the N64 were all like periphery games. There were no mainline titles. Side note, make another Pokemon Stadium. What the fuck is taking so long on that? It would sell so well. You put the mini games in that bitch, and I will cream my jeans faster than Lightning McQueen. Ka-chow, motherfucker.
You unbelievable pig person.
Once the GameCube rolled around and they finally took a stab at making a story-driven Pokemon game in a 3D space, we got to see that the results could be pretty promising, mainly because they introduced some new ideas. Pokemon Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness were both a breath of fresh air to the series. Both of them focus on different kinds of stories taking place inside the world of Pokemon. Because no longer were you a child wandering city to city to get gym badges, you were a former criminal looking to right your wrongs and protect the world from the bullshit you had started, which is like world domination or something. It's Pokemon, it's always world domination. These criminals have high standards.
Oh hell, let's just do what we always do. Hijack some nuclear weapons and hold the world hostage.
They abandoned the traditional one-on-one battle system for a two-on-two battle system that had been introduced in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. This introduced all kinds of opportunities for interesting battle strategies and move combinations. However, it made you be more cognizant of your team and your move selection because Earthquake is a phenomenal move until you realize you just accidentally murdered Pikachu, and that's no good. That's bad move. No longer were you dealing with random encounters with wild Pokemon. Now you were catching back corrupted shadow Pokemon from evil trainers. You catch these little bastards back mid-battle, and then you're just like, hey, I love you, you're great. And sometimes they get all angry and lose it, and you're like, hey, you cut that shit out. And then eventually they're just like, look, you're right, I'm sorry, I'm done being sad, let's be best friends forever. And everybody's having a nice time. Now around the same time, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire had come out, which are probably my favorite Pokemon games. I just love Slacko, he's my favorite, he's a sleepy little noodle and I love him. But then they released Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and this provided the most significant updates to the series to date. Mainly, they fixed the biggest problem with the original battle system. In the original game, whether a move did physical or special damage was entirely type dependent. So for instance, Mega Punch, a normal type move, did physical damage, but Fire Punch, a fire type move, did special damage. Doesn't make any fucking sense. So finally, after 3 games, they got it fixed, and turns out that opens up a lot of possibilities. It makes a lot of previously shitty Pokemon very relevant. It turns Hitmonchan into the goddamn Avatar. These hands are rated E for everybody's fucking getting punched. Then Pokemon Black and White provided us with one of the best Pokemon stories we've ever seen, mainly centering around your rival reminding you constantly like, hey, you know you're a garbage person basically engaging in dogfighting, right? I wanted to make sure we were on the same page about that, asshole. However, after that, the game became more focused on gimmicks and less focused on new and interesting ideas. Now, that's not to say they didn't exist. Like I said, I love the totem Pokemon. I think the way in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, they introduced a new pokedex mechanic, where every time you battle a Pokemon, you gain more data on them, and it's easier to research them and catch better versions. I like that. You're embracing the trainer and researcher aspect of the game. That's a great idea. Other than that, though, it's a load of horseshit. Like, Mega Evolutions and Dynamax are just story-written nonsense that does not need to happen. Oh, now my Magic Stone has just made Charizard stronger. Fuck that. Now, what can they do to raise this once great franchise back to its peaks? I've got a couple ideas. First, you gotta remember it's about the Pokemon. If you still want to continue with the same Pokemon, then just allow them to evolve again. Give me level 80 evolutions. Give me more regional variants. That's interesting every time. I'm always happy to see a new typing of an old Pokemon. It's just a new way to experience them. I'd love to see a departure from the traditional fire, water, grass starter types. Maybe even an optional hard mode where you get a pseudo-legendary to start, something harder to raise that has a larger payoff, like a Dratini or a Beldum. That'd be pretty cool. I've said it before and I'll say it again, like 40% of the fun of this game for me is raising my Pokemon. I like looking for those specific lanes of just the perfect types of trainers, so each of my Pokemon has an opportunity to shine and grow. When the XP issue is on, I really don't have a need to. Plus, give me more opportunities to interact with these Pokemon. Now we're in a 3D space, that's kind of gotta be an option at this point. Sword and Shield kind of did this with the campsites, but it's mainly just a first-person view where we're playing fetch. That's not really anything. Like, give me some mini games. Where are the sports? You're telling me these Pokemon can't play sports? We got these motherfuckers out here working construction, and nobody thought he'd be good at basketball? He's got 4 arms. That's defense all day, baby, all right? We've let Airbud have 6 movies, play every sport known to man, and given him a pilot's license, all right? It's ridiculous. Let the Pokemon get in on the action. Game Freak should honestly be taking a lot of influence from P Studio and Atlas. These games are amazing at delivering deep RPG experiences. Now, am I saying I want to see social links of Pokemon? No, absolutely not. However, you do need to take a couple other cues here, all right? I want to see some mini games. I want to see some fucking job boards, bounty boards. I want side quests. I'm never the person clamoring for side quests, but it's staring you right in the fucking face, dude. You've got all these cat Pokemon, I haven't pulled a single fucking one out of a tree. How dare you? That is bananas.
This is #1 bullshit.
Either way, you've got to give us more shit to do. All right, because in a 3D world now, it's just too big for there to only be gym battles, all right? It's just the rules. 2D to 3D, you gotta do more shit. Speaking of the battle system, they need to take some inspiration from Persona 5's boss battles. Now, Persona 5 is a turn-based combat game, but when it comes to the boss battles, they switch it up and they add in some different mechanics to make those feel like special occasions, because they should. Now, Pokemon already did this once with the totem Pokemon. We're talking about it again. Yeah, like the fact that they're just bigger and stronger, but also have the ability to call in other wild Pokemon to help take you down when you only get to use one at a time, at the very least, is something different. It is a challenge and something that can put me on my heels. I like that. That is a very good idea. They should be employing that kind of thinking when it comes to your legendary Pokemon battles. The method for catching them should at least have to vary slightly from the same method I use to catch a fucking electric rat. That would be great. Now, I know you were probably saying to yourself, Shub, you've been bitching about Pokemon for a while now. I thought you said you had some hope. And yes, dear viewer, I did say that. Pokemon Legends Arceus is exciting me because it reminds me of Colosseum and Gale of Darkness, and that's because it's giving me new ideas. It's trying something different. We're not doing another gym badge hunt through a new region. As much as I enjoy that, let's try a new thing. And this time, we get to go fucking prehistoric in this bitch. We get to explore a land before Pokemon and humans were living all in harmony, everything was nice. You get to explore a vast wilderness and say like, oh shit, we need to know about all these creatures around us. I'm going to create the first Pokedex. That is exciting. That is a new idea that I am very willing to explore. You get side quests in the form of requests from the villagers. We're getting some ancient variants of some of our favorite Pokemon. I like that. More Pokemon's always good. Plus, they completely revamped the battle system to the point where now it more closely resembles Final Fantasy X using the strong or agile style, which will sacrifice strength for speed or speed for strength depending on what the situation calls for. These are just delicious new ideas, and I am eating these bitches up like Kobiyashi. The thing I'm most excited about though is that now we're actually interacting with these Pokemon in the wild. You have to sneak up on the Pokemon to catch them. When they see you, they're gonna run, or they're gonna stand around because they don't really give a shit. They're not worried about you. Or they're gonna be so offended that you thought you could just roll up on them like that they're gonna try to attack you. So now you gotta fucking run. You gotta dodge attacks as the trainer. This is everything we were asking them to do when Ni no Kuni came out all those years ago, and everybody was like, yeah, the Pokemon could take a few notes. Like, they did a couple things that Pokemon should at the very least take a peek at. Yeah, this is them doing that. Plus, mild gameplay spoilers for Diamond and Pearl, but the fact that post-game you get to re-challenge every gym leader and the Elite Four, and they're going to try to use stronger Pokemon and sounder strategies to whip your ass is delightful. Look, Pokemon is a game franchise just like any other. There are bound to be inconsistencies in quality. That's just the way shit happens. You make a bunch of games, they're not all going to be home runs. I think what most Pokemon fans are afraid of is that these could just become Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed. You know, just that here's a new paint job, $60 please, you dumb shit. I don't want that relationship with this beloved part of my childhood. I'm fine with this failing. Like, if Pokemon Legends sucks, I'm fine with that. Because at least they tried something new. You know, that's all we're asking for. They're doing something new, and it has the chance to be something special. And I'm excited to see what it is. Guys, that's the whole video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying the whole time. I'm not sure what the next video is going to be. Maybe Metroid Dread, Guacamelee, Conker's Bad Fur Day. I had that suggestion. I don't really know, but all I do know is that it was great to make another video. It's great to see you guys again. Like, share, subscribe, follow on the socials, all that silly shit. But most importantly, take care of those sweet baby angel butts so I can see you back here next time. I hope you have a Merry Christmas or whatever, you know, Happy Holidays, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you're doing. But I better see you before that. If I don't, I'm just being lazy at that point. All right, skedaddle. I'm gonna motivate myself. You know, we'll get this done. All right, I love you. Skedaddle. We gotta shoot. We gotta get to work.